Hey guys, what's up? Spartan85, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be covering 7 Days to Die 2.4 experimental update. Pretty small, but there's a lot packed into this update. And then after that, we'll talk about glass jars and 7 Days to Die. I feel like I've talked more about glass jars lately and 7 Days to Die, but we got some pretty good news about that, and I'll share that after the update. Now, this might be a really quick experimental build, mainly because the compatibility for EOS, which stands for Epic Online Services, the version for 7 Days to Die will expire on October 1st. So they need to roll out this new update with the new EOS version pretty quick, before October 1st mainly. So I think we'll see this roll out to consoles fairly quickly. And they did say this is mainly just small fixes in 2.4 experimental. 2.5 will have the planned content releases. We don't exactly know what that's going to be, if that's going to be the beehive, if that's going to be third person. I'll cover glass jars after this, like I said, but that's going to be a little further down the line. But let's just go through it. Like I said, it's a pretty small fixed log. So the Factory 02, which is a Shotgun Messiah factory quest, can again be completed. Now, there was a typo in the progression XML for armor magazines tied to the armor skills, mainly the medium and heavy skills. Basically, the old version was 200% with level 1 and then all the way up to 1000% for level 4. It's now been changed to 400% for level 1 and then 2000% for level 4. And that is the probability of finding armor books with the armor skill perks, mainly the medium and heavy armor skills. And that's always been kind of a thing right now. Like, we usually kind of max out our tools and our weapons, but we're taking forever to max out our armor. We're crafting tier 3 armor when we have tier 6 steel pickaxes and stuff. So this will be a really nice fix. It should really balance out the progression for armor compared to everything else in the game. There was an error, a 1980-0-0 launcher error that was happening. I never saw it, but if you guys happen to see this, that is a fix in 2.4. There was an EAC, which is Easy Anti-Cheat fail, a message that dealt with message size error on server. They fixed that. I have seen that once on one of my dedicated servers that I run, so that's going to be nice that that's fixed. Here's a big one. This is more of an exploit that's got kind of fixed, but breaking open a locked police car with a vehicle. So basically what we used to do was hack the vehicle down to 50 points, and then you drive a bicycle or a mini bike into it, and it will not set the alarm off. That has now been fixed. We can no longer drive the vehicle into the police car to not set off the alarm. So that's been nerfed. You can't do that anymore. So if you're doing it now, you better do it a whole bunch before they fix it. There's a couple NRE fixes, which stand for null reference exception errors that pop up, mainly with the airdrop and then quest. And I have seen the quest one happen before with someone joining one of the dedicated servers that I run, maybe joining like day 50, and they're not able to accept quests at all. We have to basically go in and wipe their character completely from the save file. Also with the airdrop, I have seen that a couple times on the dedicated servers. These are mainly for, I believe, dedicated servers, or even, peer-to-peer servers where you're having issues with quests or airdrops showing up for other players. So this is hopefully a nice fix for that if you're seeing these null reference exception errors. The PS5 fails to exit to the main menu due to a process restart failure. That is a fix. I haven't encountered that, but I have heard of people that I know of in the Discord server experiencing this exact fail. So that's nice that it's fixed too. There's a strobing effect that's going on with the Steam builds. I haven't seen it, but they have fixed that. Toggle sprint not turning off when entering or exiting a vehicle. I haven't seen that. I don't use the toggle sprint, but if you guys are having issues with that, now that's fixed. Now, this is a big one, especially for people that run dedicated servers or just any type of server, but this is especially for crossplay servers. Allow 0 as one as well for valid loot respawn days. Before, we weren't able to choose 0 as a loot respawn day, so you can never have a server, a crossplay server that is, that did not have loot respawn. You always had to turn it on to 1 or something else. Now 0 and 1 is allowed, which is big. We were having a lot of issues with the servers set to 0, and then nobody on PS5 or Xbox could join those servers because they weren't recognizing 0 as a valid response to loot respawn days. So awesome fix. I love that. And then on the PS5, water missing blue hue. So if you guys are seeing that on consoles, especially the PS5, that has been fixed too. Like I said, this should be a really quick update. I mean, in the next couple days, I would see this going out to stable and then consoles, because the EOS needs to be fixed or updated, I guess, before October 1st. Okay, now we'll talk about glass jars and the Fun Pimps have released this, especially Joel on Reddit, and they also released it on Discord. It's basically a screenshot of a character holding glass jars, basically saying, hey, we got glass jars back. And so if you look at the top right, this is version 3.0. So I don't really expect to see this in 2.4 at all, probably not 2.5 either, unless they roll this back to 2.5. So it looks like 3.0, it looks like we're going to have glass jars back. Also, another thing, they didn't really state this, it just was kind of picked up by people seeing the screenshot, but at the bottom left, they have moved the food and water bars, well, to the bottom left, instead of tied to the hot bar, and now we have percentages. I love this. A lot of mods do this already, and I know a lot of people are going to say, oh, they're just copying mods. I mean, you can say that if you want, but honestly, this is awesome. It was really nice a couple alphas ago to get the food and water bar visible on the screen near the hot bar. Now we're taking a step further and we have percentages, and I think it's going to be a little easier to read. So I really like that. Yes, PC, you could just install a mod to this, but now consoles get to experience this very small but very good quality of life fix. Okay, and one more thing I'd like to highlight. In my version 2.3 update video where I covered the honey collector, if you want to call it that, somebody said, hey, it'd be really nice if we can get a chicken coop. And then Joel replied to that and said, the chicken coop is in production. That was 13 days ago. We'll see. I don't know if that's going to come out, like I said, in 2.5. I would expect it more 3.0, maybe going alongside the honey collector. But a chicken coop would be really awesome for this game. Having honey and then a chicken coop, especially what I would really like it for is when, we have the motorcycle and we have the 4x4, whatever, or even the mini bike, we're not really stopping as much to grab bird's nests. At least I'm not. I'm really bad about stopping over bird's nests. I'm just trying to get to where I'm going quick, especially when you get the gyrocopter eventually. So having a chicken coop takes care of that egg problem late game. So you can still make a lot of recipes and, make whatever you want with the eggs. And maybe even opens up more recipes to cook with. We're going to have more honey and we're going to have more eggs. So maybe we get more recipes in the campfire opened up. So just a lot of different possibilities for this. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Are we still going in the right direction? I know this is mainly just fixes, but these are really good fixes. And there's a lot on the horizon that sounds like a lot of it is fan requested, which is awesome. I really like that. I like that they're taking a lot of their requests, putting it into the game. And I think we have some really good things coming for 7 Days to Die. But let me know in the comments how you guys feel about the direction of 7 Days to Die and what else you guys would like to see, because the devs do read these comments. So if there's something you guys would like to see added, changed, fixed, removed, whatever, let me know in the comments and maybe they'll read and respond to you. So thanks a lot, guys, and I'll catch you guys out there in the next video. See ya.